Thanks for joining us again for Thought for the Week. I imagine that much of your thought has been on the Olympic Games over these last few weeks, and perhaps you haven't realised the football season has actually started. Now, that's great for some people, but it also produces some problems for others. I'm thinking, for example, of our grandchildren with lots of activities on a Sunday morning, and they try to get to church and they can't. What encouraged me in that situation was the testimony of Dan Walker, the BBC One correspondent, who doesn't take on a job on a Sunday so that he's got that free for the Lord. But let me talk about the football season and hope, if I may. Now, last season, nobody thought, well, one person did, I think, thought that Leicester City was going to win the Premier Division. They did, against all hope. Now, I'm a Watford supporter, and I was hoping that they would actually beat Crystal Palace in the FA Cup final. They didn't. Well, you never know, things might be different this season. Watford might win the Premier Division, that will be great, but I'm not hoping too much. Now, when the Christian talks about hope, we're actually talking about something much more sure than that. Hope, I've sometimes described as He, that's God, only provides eternity. That what God has said, He actually fulfills. There's a marvellous example of that in the story of Abraham in the Old Testament. God said that he and his successors would inherit lots and lots of things. Well, now Abraham was old, Sarah his wife was old, they couldn't have a family. How on earth was that hope going to be achieved? God kept his promises. And later on we read that God is able to do far more abundantly than we ever thought or dreamed of. Now, you've got hope for the football season, but I wonder whether you've got hope for many other things in your life. Why don't you bring those hopes and ask God to give you his promises, to show you his will, and to lead you step by step. So let's have a prayer together, if we may. Lord, you know the worries that I have and the hope that I want to have. Remind me of your promises and give me hope as I face the future. For Jesus' sake. Amen. Thanks for being with us. See you next week.